All right, D. George in the house. I'm glad to see you, brother. Hope everybody's feeling good. Welcome to Good Morning Millionaire. I hope everybody's feeling good. We are now on YouTube. We on Facebook. We everywhere, all around the internets. Tonight on Clubhouse at about 7 p.m. I'm gonna be on there live. So make sure you search for I think my name on Clubhouse is @Hazik, if I'm not mistaken. I'm @Hazik on Clubhouse. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. On Instagram, I am @NoMoneyDownKing. So make sure you throw that out there too. You may want to tune in 7 p.m. tonight. 7 p.m. tonight on Clubhouse. I think you're going to enjoy that a lot. We're talking about this marketing mastery thing we're doing. Mr. Terry in the house. Hope everybody's feeling good. On Instagram, I don't do this enough, right? But let me make sure that I let you know that it's @NoMoneyDownKing on Instagram. So make sure you check us out. But on Clubhouse, we'll be here 7 p.m. So I should have said that in this little thing. 7 p.m. on Clubhouse. Molly Mall in the house. Good morning, brother. I think you're really going to enjoy this. Anybody with a business, I think you're going to get something from this morning's broadcast. And then, as you know, after that, we get into our affirmations. We do visualization exercises, all this good stuff. So you're going to really get a lot out of this. Siobhan checking in. Good morning, Queen. That means Jersey's in the house. Okay. Let them know where you're from. It's check-in time, y'all. Kesha, what's cracking? Rep your city, everybody. Let them know you in. My man D Money in the house. What's up? All right, then. Let's get it. Cassandra made it in. I'm loving that. Man, first I thought that was a sentence in Spanish. Appreciate that, Molly Mall. Allie Goins is in the house. I love it. Let them know we in the house. Appreciate that little fall festival y'all threw, Allie. Trey Brown is in the crib. Man, Taisha Levon. I knew she was checking in. I ain't know when, but I knew Harrisburg, PA was going to be in here. I love that. What's up, Yvette? Good morning to you, Queen. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call in on this live line. It's time to get started. Hope you're feeling good, ladies and G's. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but we're going to make it do what it do.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown.
Okay.
You're in the right place at the right time, because
let them know.
We're going to bring the millionaire out.
Please enter your...
Let them know.
Thank you.
All right.
Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you feel incredible this morning. My whole goal is to help you move further, faster, with less effort. Big baby Ivory checking in. Yeah, Jamal, you know, sleep is for the weary, baby. No rest for the entrepreneurs. I was about to, the saying is no rest for the wicked, but I think entrepreneurs are the cream of planet Earth. And so I'm feeling where you're coming from on that. What's up, Desire? Yeah, Allie, let them know. So this morning, what we're talking about, everybody, is speaking of what Allie just now said, is 5 reasons that your business is failing. We talked a little bit earlier this month about how to get out of a slump. I don't know how many of you were on that training. If you missed it, you can go to Millionaire Minded TV on YouTube, and you can always watch what we got for you out there. Millionaire Minded TV on YouTube. Also, make sure you check us out on Instagram at No Money Down King. And then tonight on Clubhouse at 7 p.m., we're going to be doing something real special for you. So check us out at Hazik on Clubhouse. But my question for you is that, are you stuck in a rut? You know, we're going into the fourth quarter. This is not the time to be stuck. But if you're wondering what could be causing kind of like this feeling of being stuck, I just want you to know, first of all, that it's really common, that a lot of us are going through this. It's something that we have built into us by society where we want to feel comfortable. We stop pushing ourselves. So the question becomes, how do we get it moving again? So I got 5 different steps for you to light a fire under yourself. 5 different steps where you can light a fire under yourself as an entrepreneur and get moving towards those goals again. Because after all, people are counting on us. People are watching us that you have no idea they're even looking at you. I've got story after story after story where people have come to different of my students, come to different of our tribe members, and just been impressed with them and what they're doing. And they had no idea they were even being watched. You know that saying, it says, dance like nobody's watching. Well, listen, millionaires, I want you to dance like somebody is. And I've got 5 of them for you. We're going to run through these really, really quickly. And then we're going to get to our affirmations, because obviously you have the ability to review this. But if you're ready for number 1, give me a number 1 and a share. Let's get it. Good morning, Ty. Glad you're checking in. Jess, what's up, Jess? Yeah, Jamal, let them know. Tag an entrepreneur. Let them know. Tag an entrepreneur. You know a business owner, believe me. And if you don't, you know, you should meet some, because we're pretty cool people. And at the end of the day, the business owners are the ones that solving all the problems. So, you know, I believe that you should be a business owner as well. You know, and I think you should take it serious if you have a responsibility over a business. I think you should take it really serious. The world is counting on you. So here's the first one I got for you, y'all. Here's the first one I got for you. Number 1, lack of vision. Lack of vision. Now, you know, a people without vision perish. How many of us understand that? A people without vision perish. Before you started your business, it was just an idea. It was just a thought in your head. It seemed impossible, right? I remember my father told me that if he knew everything it was going to take to get his business going, then he probably wouldn't have done it, right? But he did it because he had a vision, not of all the problems, but he had a vision of the payoff. He had a vision of the impact, not even necessarily the income, but the impact. As you put time and effort into this vision, it starts to look like it's within reach. And now you have it, right? Now you have your business. It's out here functioning. I put it on Facebook yesterday. Life is so subtle that we don't even recognize it. Right now, today, you're walking through doors that you once prayed would open. Life can be subtle that way. But listen to me. Now that you got it, what you gonna do with it, right? Is this song like, I think Heavy D sampled it. It was like, now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? You made it to where you wanted to, right? And now there's nowhere else to go. But is that true? That's not necessarily true, because even though you've reached your vision, it doesn't mean you can't think it a lot bigger. It doesn't mean that you can't think even bigger. Like there's this picture that I'm put up in my Instagram stories where it's like a picture of Big riding with Faith. And it's like, think big and have faith. That's what you got to think about. Think big and have faith. Faith and service, when you meet those two at the crossroads, I always say that's entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is found right at the crossroads of faith and service. And here's the bottom line. A lot of businesses stop growing because the people who run them don't know what to do after they reach that first goal. But see, that wasn't the finish line. That was a starter pistol. So instead of being happy that you reached your goal, set new ones. They even teach you in neuroscience that when you're talking to your staff, when you're talking to your people, you don't congratulate them on their progress. What you do is you congratulate them on their commitment. So right now, what I want to do is I want to congratulate you on your commitment. Yeah, you've come a long way, but I don't want you to look back and then feel kind of content because you've come so far. That ain't the game. That ain't the game. What I want to do instead is congratulate you on your commitment, millionaire. I want you to think bigger until you reach that new level that's going to make you grow into an even bigger person. I want you to set a goal that's going to require you become better, that you become faster, that you become stronger. Because as Howard Thurman, Martin Luther King's mentor, said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. If you're ready for number 2, then give me a number 2 and a share. Give me a number 2 and a share. Give me a number 2 and a share. Yeah, that's right, Dennis. Love ain't love until you've given it away. That's a fact. It's a fact. It's so easy to get self-absorbed. There are so many people that need you. There are so many people that look to you for influence and leadership. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it. Appreciate that, JG. Appreciate that, JG. Just doing my part, baby. And I want you to know that, like, I couldn't do it without you, man. I couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do it without us. Here's number 2, y'all. Lack of a why. Lack of a why. I want to challenge you to remember why you first started your business. I dare you write it out today. I dare you take 5 or 10 minutes. Oh, you're going to get information to feed us. You're going to see people that inspire us, but you're not really going to transform until you take some time to yourself to really think. Millionaires, do you remember why you started this thing? If you don't, how do you think that you can keep your company moving forward if you don't even remember what the purpose of it is? I dare you to move forward by thinking back to when you first started this thing. Try to remember why you wanted to start. And now that you have your original reasons for starting the company, starting the business, starting the enterprise, starting this adventure, I want you to start to check off how many of those reasons you fulfilled and how many of them you can still work on. Now, just think about this. With everything that your business has given you, what do you want your business to stand for moving forward? What do you want your brand to mean to people when you pass from here? Do you want your company to make you money? Do you want your company to make a difference? Do you want your company to change the world? Whatever you want your company to be doing, as long as you have a reason for keeping your company going, you're going to find out that it keeps on growing. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Do you hear me? The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Can somebody give me that in the comments? The purpose of life is a life of purpose. And if you're ready, give me that and then give me a share. The purpose of life is a life of purpose, and then give me a share. And then I'm going to give you number 3. I still got 3 more for you, baby. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Somebody give me that. Somebody give me that. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Here's number 3. The third reason that your business may be failing is no accountability. No accountability. They say 80% of the people who reach their goals reach them because they have accountability. Are you the type of person, millionaire, who has a ton of good ideas but no follow through? Right? How many of us can admit that we've got a lot of good ideas, but we don't always see them through? Maybe you aren't being held accountable. Maybe you aren't being held accountable. Maybe nobody's really now, you know, me and my ex-wife were talking yesterday because she's about to quit her job. She's about to leave corporate America and really jump out here on this entrepreneurship journey. And I said, man, how does it feel? Right. And then she's like, frightening, you know, frightening. And I'm like, man, listen, I don't know a lot, but I know this. Desperation has made way more heroes than privilege ever will. I know that. I know rock bottom has created more legends than, you know, winning a lottery ever will. You hear what I'm saying to you? Check this out, y'all. Sometimes you're being held accountable by desperation, and sometimes you're being held accountable by inspiration. But the bottom line is that if you have no accountability, a lot of times you don't do, especially as a full-time entrepreneur. That's why we always say you got to make your calendar your boss. You got to make your calendar your boss. You know, today is brought to you by the 90-day massive action plan. It's time for you to order this thing if you need it for next month. If you need to start your new calendar on November 1st, this would be a good day to order one. Make sure you go to the website. But if you have no accountability, chances are you're not going to get it done, y'all. If you are always continuously and consistently saying you're going to do this and you're going to do that, you're going to expand your business, you're going to network. I don't care if it's something real small, like getting your employees lunch, and you don't do it. Nobody's going to trust your word, but worse, you're going to look in a mirror at someone who doesn't trust themselves. If people can't trust your word, how can they trust your business to get the job done? How can they trust you and the vision that you say we're supposed to be following? You got to hear me on this one. If you can't trust yourself, it's going to come out in your actions, your tonality, your body language. And then what's going to happen is people around you are going to stop trusting you. Start by getting an accountability buddy. One of the most fire parts of the Kaizen Academy is the accountability community. Going into the new year, we have some really special plans for the accountability community. But even if you don't want to join the Kaizen Academy, listen, get yourself an accountability buddy, get yourself a coach, or just make sure you start setting consequences for yourself. Start setting consequences for yourself. I'm glad you love it, Allie. All right, if you're ready to commit to that, if you're ready to commit to an accountability buddy, give me accountability buddy and then give yourself a share. Accountability buddy and then give yourself a share. I want to challenge you on that. I challenge you to share this even to your own timeline so you remember this next year this time. Next year this time, it's going to come up in your memories and you're going to be like, oof, how many of these did I stick to? Right? All right, here's number 4. The fourth reason that your business may be failing is low standards. Listen, they don't call them sitters. Real corny joke. I know, but that's why you come every morning. My corny jokes, right? Well, check it out. They call them standards because you're supposed to raise them. You know, a bunch of my friends got together last night and we talked about how we're about to hold ourselves not only accountable, but we're going to continue to raise our standards. We're going to make it so that the version of ourselves this month ain't going to be the same version of us in 90 days. You hear what I'm saying to you? Low standards might be a reason your business is failing. People can have low standards in almost everything. Low standards in places they live. Low standards in relationships or relationship quality. Low standards with their revenue goals. What I'm saying is, if you can't hold your product, if you can't hold your customer service, like we discussed on Monday, I believe. No, Monday we did Christopher Columbus. Tuesday we did the one on customer service. These 12 ways to make your customer service something people can refer. Well, the whole purpose of this is to get you to raise your standards. Millionaires, if you can't hold your product, your customer service, your reputation to a certain standard, people ain't going to want to work with you. You hear me? People ain't going to want to buy from you. Why would you want to go somewhere? Why would you want to work with someone who doesn't hold themselves to a standard that reflects their work ethic? I'm challenging you this morning. Having low standards can be a symptom of a lack of vision. Having low standards might be a symptom of that lack of vision. And that's why I gave you that one first. When you can't imagine what you want your business to look like, how can you even get motivated to hold it to a higher standard? You don't even know how this plays into where you want to go. You hear what I'm saying to you? So all I'm suggesting is that we start to look at our standards for ourselves. Look at our standards for how we want to look. What is our self-image? How we want to act. The kind of impact that we want to be able to pour into other people. And the next thing you know, that begins to inform our activity. Now that we know we want to have a bigger impact on people, it means that now we need to learn more, right? Think about it. Now that we know that we want to have a higher self-image or a higher body goal, now we know we need to work out more. We know we need to exercise more. We need to eat better. You get what I'm saying to you? Now that we know we want our relationships to get better, when we are contemplating, it stops being a thing where we blame other people in our mind and we start taking more responsibility. We start holding ourselves accountable because we're raising our standards. Does that make sense? We realize that nobody's coming to save us. My man Earl put up a heck of a meme on his Instagram page where first the dude was spelling out help with the logs, but then in the second image, he had taken the logs and built a raft. See, that's called holding yourself accountable. Check it out. If you're spending an hour on something, will your hour be worth $10 or is your hour worth $100? You say you want to be a millionaire. Think about it, y'all. You say you want to be a millionaire. Is the stuff that you're doing $10 an hour work or is it $100 an hour work? Are you doing things to raise the standard of the team you're on? Or are you waiting on somebody else to do it? What is your personal standard? Because once you have a personal standard, you ever heard the expression, you train people how to treat you? All I'm saying is how much effort you put into that specific project is going to reflect how much you get out of it. As you begin to understand the value of your time, your standards are naturally going to rise. Can I get a witness? I'm suggesting you raise your standard is number 4. We're going to do a recap before I give you, somebody give me raise your standard in a share. And I'm going to give you a quick recap before I give you the last one. The first one was lack of vision, y'all. The second one was lack of a why. The third one was no accountability. And then the fourth one was low standards. We're talking about 5 reasons that your business is failing. You hear me? Here's the 5th one. If you're ready for number 5, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Raise your standards. Raise your standards. I'm talking about with your health. Raise your standards. I'm talking about with your money. Raise your standards. I'm talking about with your relationships and your circles and the teams that you're on. Raise your standards. Raise your standards. We're not looking to blame somebody else. Ask not what your team can do for you, but ask what you can do for your team. Ask not what your partner can do for you, but ask what you can do for your partner. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Here's the 5th one I got for you, y'all. Here's the 5th reason your business might be failing, and that's no passion or pain. No passion or pain. You know, passion comes from pain, y'all. Passion comes from pain. I want to challenge you to consider what is really pushing your business. Are you driven by your passion, or are you being pushed by the pain or the pressure? Are you being driven by greed, or are you being driven by fear, or are you being driven by love? When you're put under pressure, it's amazing what people can do, y'all. And when people are passionate about something, many put as much as they can into what they're working on, because that's what passion makes you do. It makes you power through the valleys up to the peaks, right? But when we start to get comfortable, y'all, when we start to lose the passion we once had, we start to stand still. Once we start to feel like we've arrived, that we've beaten that particular level, we start to stand still. There starts to become no power in our movements because we have no purpose to our actions. What I'm saying to you, millionaire, is that maybe it's time to reignite your passion. And reigniting your passion can be tricky. Try and remember what gave you the initial push. That's why we said to reconsider your why. What made you start this passion up? Consider what you're passionate about now. If you're still the same person as you were 5 years ago, you've wasted 5 years of your life. Putting the pressure on can be as simple as setting a new goal. Putting the pressure on can be as simple as calling up your accountability buddy and setting real consequences for yourself. Putting some passion in it can be just as simple as surrounding yourself with people who make you feel like you ain't doing much. Sometimes the reason you've lost your passion is you hanging out with a bunch of chumps. I ain't lying. Sometimes just hanging out with chumps makes you, slow down to keep pace with them. I mean, because subconsciously, maybe you start feeling like, I don't want them to judge me. I don't want to get seen as a goody two-shoes. I don't want to get seen as somebody who's kissing up to the boss. So now you stop working. Now you stop pushing. Now you stop growing. All I'm saying to you, millionaires, is that I dare you stop letting your business sit stagnant. I dare you reinvent your vision. Find a why. Hold yourself accountable. Raise your standards and reignite your passions. Getting your business and your life to move forward is something you have to put effort to every day, because the life you save may be somebody else's, or check it out, it may be your own. It's affirmation time. I hope you got something out of this. Call in right now. Call in right now. And let me see it in the comments, y'all. How do you push yourself in tough times? I'd love to hear from you. We'd all love to hear from you. How do you push yourself? What is your favorite tactic for pushing yourself? Which of these 5 do you feel like you might be missing a little something, something? I want to challenge you. Call in right now. It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Shouts out to my man Earl the Pearl, been holding it down for us.
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Shouts out to my homie Earl the Pearl, been holding it down on the affirmations. I hope you got something from this, y'all. And remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink